I'm Linda Fitch Sutton. Richmond, Virginia is now home. Asbury to me is home. Born and raised in Rochester, New York, always involved with Asbury. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Asbury is family. Our immediate family, which includes parents Mason and Gwen Fitch, extended family, and treasured friends whom I consider as family, all a part of Asbury. Asbury is cherished events from Sunday school to youth fellowship. Was married at Asbury. Side note, my husband says it's the longest aisle he's ever had to walk down. And our children, Adam and Kelly, were baptized here. I'm very thankful to God for his gift of Asbury in my life. And Asbury has blessed my life in so many different ways. My faith foundation, my rock, all started here. Happy 200th anniversary, Asbury. You are so precious to me.
Hi, we're Andrea and Claude Adair, and I started attending Asbury in the early 2000s with my parents and was inspired by the worship and the music and inspired by the care that my parents received in their elder years, as well as the care for us as a larger family.
And I tagged along for several years, coming to Christmas Eve and Easter services. And before long, the music and the worship just sucked me in. And we joined the choir a couple, 3 years ago. I got invited to the men's group, the Wednesday morning men's group, and ended up in a community that I just love.
We've recently moved to Connecticut in the last 6 months, and we are so grateful for the live stream that keeps us connected to both the worship and the people at Asbury First. So happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Since coming to Asbury about 35 years ago, we have
met each other,
married,
baptized 2 kids,
and raised them with the help of the congregation,
with musical directors, costumers, Sunday school teachers, and UMYF counselors.
People who bought pies and just supported the kids. Thank you.
Asbury has been our musical home.
35 years in the sanctuary choir.
The orchestra for 24 years.
It's been a place to volunteer.
At the storehouse, planning family life retreats to Watson Homestead and the Dining and Caring Center.
The finance committee, the Monday morning group.
But most of all, it's been a place where we come together weekly.
15 times a week in those busy years with the kids.
To be centered, to be with others who strive for the same goals. To
do more good.
I remember one of the first times my wife Ashley and I attended a service at Asbury First. It was winter of 2009, and we were graduate students at the Eastman School of Music. And one of the hymns we sang that Sunday was Praise My Soul, the King of Heaven. And the sound of the organ, the congregational singing in that beautiful sanctuary, it was really moving and became one of our favorite hymns. And so 2 years later, I arranged that very hymn for our wedding ceremony. So I think for us, Asbury First has always been a place where there's an inspiring connection between community, worship, and music.
When my husband and I joined Asbury in 1986, it was one of the best decisions of our lives. Asbury gave me the opportunity to strengthen my faith through association with different groups, such as Women on Wednesday, Sunday School, Mike's Wednesday class, and many opportunities. Asbury also gave me the opportunity to put my faith in action through working in the dining center, grocery bag ministry, helping with the Elder Adult Council, working in the program for my Sunday school. Thank you, Asbury.
We're Kara and Chuck Hanrahan. What does Asbury First mean to us?
When I drive away from our house, if I don't focus on where I'm going, I will probably end up at Asbury First. Why?
Because Asbury is central to our lives. It's not just a Sunday morning place for us. 24 years ago, friends invited us to a service, and we chose to come back. And we kept coming back, becoming more and more involved over the years.
Asbury is not just a church for us, it's a community.
Happy birthday, Asbury. My name is Sean Mahan. I'm 15 years old. I love coming there because the ministers are so nice.
Hi, I'm Diane Stratton Dennison, and 5 generations of my family have been attending Asbury. I remember when we had the cornerstone dedication, it was kind of cloudy, We walked up, and when Dr. Crosland got out to dedicate it, the sun shined, and everybody took it as a good omen. My husband, Richard, was married there, and we had 3 children, Dan, Craig, and Linnell, who were all baptized, confirmed, and married at Asbury.
I'm obviously the husband, and I love the people at Asbury. It's the highlight of my week.
Happy birthday, Asbury!
And thank you for 7 decades of love and support.
Okay. My name is Barbara Ferger. I like Asbury First Night Methodist Church because they kind to me. I like music and choir too.
Hi, my name is Carolyn Curran, and I joined Asbury First when I moved to Rochester in 2009. When I think of Asbury First, I think of a church that reaches out to welcome new members warmly, like I was, but also answers the Christian call to action by reaching out to help the community. One of my favorite memories is the tradition of gathering donations for our outreach ministries during the offertory the Sunday before Thanksgiving. It's an awesome sight to see hundreds of families coming forward to the chancel with their donations, which are piled up in front of the altar. The donations of food, clothing, toys, and money have benefited Asbury First Dining and Care Center, the storehouse, and the grocery bag ministry. I'm thankful for the community of our church and for our church in the community.
And I joined Asbury Church in 1976 with our 2 daughters who were 9 and 15. And I think to Ray and I, the most important thing about worshiping God always was through music. And the Asbury Sanctuary Choir afforded that opportunity. And they were kind enough to allow us to join. So Ray was in the choir for 33 years until his health eventually prevented him from making that effort. And I sang in the choir just till a couple of years ago. I felt my voice had gotten older and I was not pleased with it, so I took my leave from the choir. But I love listening to it, and I still love the people, and they are so kind to me. Of course, there were many committee meetings, and we did our share, especially after we retired, of working on committees and making other contributions to the church. But the most important thing will always be the sanctuary choir.
My name is Maria Hackett, and I first joined Asbury First as the first outreach ministry intern back in 2018. Now, when I think about Asbury First, I think about family. Asbury First is a place that's been extremely warm and hospitable to me ever since I entered its doors, and continues to be a great beacon of support and grace-filled love in my life. I'm so thankful to be part of the Asbury First family and look forward to 200 more years to come.
I am Betty Root Frolicker. I was born into Asbury in 1932, and now my children and grandchildren make us a 4-generation Asbury family. In 1953, soon after my husband Al and I were married, we helped form the Doublers class. As our numbers grew, our families grew, and lasting friendships were formed. We have learned together, we have played together, and we have supported one another in good times and bad. Doublers have served the church at every level, save clergy, and my, how many of them we have been privileged to know. As a wedding coordinator, I have sent nearly 200 couples down the aisle on their wedding day. and it is my great pleasure now to see so many of them and their families participating in our church. As a senior, I am so blessed and proud to see the outreach and service of our church in the community as we strive to do more good. Thank you, Asbury, past and present.
Hello, Asbury First. I'm Carol Kramer.
I'm Ron Stallworth.
We've been members of Asbury for about 30 years, and we have many fond memories of wonderful sermons, beautiful music, and lots of wonderful children's events. But one of our favorite things is the creative and wonderful crafts that have put together every year for Pretzel Sunday. I've been baking the pretzels for several years, and it's always fun to watch the kids try and make them nice and pretzely and to bake them up and watch people enjoy the delicious pretzels every year. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it this year, but hopefully next year we will be back in business. Happy anniversary, Asbury.
I like to call Asbury my heart song. It's what makes me smile when the days are lonely and long. It's what makes me realize what the good news is, that we all are loved and welcome. Despite our orientation, our background, our beliefs, it is home. Thank you.
Hi, we're Cindy and Jim Connell, and what does Asbury mean to us? A little over 90 years ago, my grandparents brought my mother to Asbury to be baptized. She was confirmed, and then in the late 40s, she and my father were married at Asbury. Then my sister and I grew up in Asbury and were part of the Sunday school, MYF, and music activities. Then, 40 years ago, Jim and I were married at Asbury, and we too brought our children up at Asbury. What does Asbury mean to us?
Through 4 generations, Asbury has been faith, fellowship, friends, and family. Always has been, always will be.
Oh, I've been frequenting Asbury about 10, 15 years. You've got folks that have a genuine kindness. I've gotten little help, but I've been able to facilitate myself. But it's the fellowship, because there's so many people that do come, and we hate that these kind of times have happened so that we can't sit together, talk together, be together. But I think it'll be soon, very soon, and we can all get back together again. And and plus the fact that I grew up Methodist in some Methodist church, so that's what brings me. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Teddy Uriola. 31 years ago, I arrived in Rochester and found Asbury just down the street. When we entered, we saw our missionaries from Panama on a brochure in the cloister. We felt like far from home, we must be home. Our boys were born into Asbury. I like to think that the wonderful music they listened to in utero played a part in their musical abilities. Asbury helped me raise my sons through music, youth group, musicals, and prayers. I can't imagine what my life would be like without my Asbury connections. Here's to another 200 years of family for many others.
Hi, we're Dick and Linda Butler. We joined the church in 2009. Susan gave us a nice hug when we joined the church, and we've been members ever since.
We especially enjoy the music, and we like volunteering. Right now we're working a little bit on the gardening.
Yep, and we also do greeting. And so greetings to you. Hope you like Asbury too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello from my home in South Carolina. I'm Mary Wright, or older members might remember me as Mary Sipe or Spence. I have many connections at Asbury, but especially the fellowship class, who never failed to contact us as we moved in and out of Rochester for over 30 years, but always returning to home base, Asbury. I am honored to support a church that contributes so much to the community. Keep up the good work.
62 years ago, my family moved to Penfield from New Jersey.
My parents, Jane and Bill Amy, searched for a Methodist church and quickly settled on Asbury, a new church home for Marilyn, Carolyn, Bud, Bart, Bruce, and me. I'm Allison. We all shared in choirs, Sunday school, and so much more, including family memorial services. During this pandemic, Asbury has been my rock for Sunday worship. For all of this, I'm eternally grateful.
Hi, we're the Rices, and we've been part of Asbury First for over 30 years. So here are our 30 things that we love about Asbury First.
The beautiful sanctuary, the church campus with its rich history, the new and exciting capital improvements,
the many outreach programs, the Dining and Caring Center, the Storehouse, the You Are Well Clinic, and RAIN.
Pretzel Sundays, children's sermons, confirmation class, youth musicals, UMYF, Youth Sunday, and
Youth Mission Trips. The Monday, Thursday service, the Easter morning processional.
Advent season and Christmas Eve services.
Wednesday men's groups retreats, intercessory prayer group.
The church council, the altar guild, and the beautiful altars and hospitality in the gathering space. Choir anthems.
Choir rehearsals.
The bell choir.
Tent week in August. Project Chaco Sente. The preaching.
The church staff.
Asbury First at home for now. And finally,
the people of Asbury First. Happy Bicentennial!
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. You probably don't recognize me with this new norm of wearing masks. Hi, my name is Scott Spencer, and the reason I love Asbury First so much is because of the banners that wave outside, which say, all are welcome. And me, being a gay man, also being an addict in recovery, and also having spent time in jail, I took that as an open invitation. And when I entered the doors, it was a warm welcome from everybody, and also discovering that everybody is loving and supportive. That really meant a lot. So, happy birthday, Asbury First. And let's get the next 200 years started by loving, living, serving, and repeating. Happy 200th birthday, Asbury.
I like church because there's Miss Paula.
83 years ago, Dr. Weldon Crosland baptized me in the old Asbury Church. Then my mother and father, Vernon Arlie Moore, walked down East Avenue and helped turn over the soil at our new church with Reverend Thomas Steen and his wife Barbara. All my life, Asbury has given me a foundation for everything that's happening now. Thank you, everyone at church, for helping to guide me and our lovely family. Thank you.
Hi, we're the Giordano family. Sunday is our favorite day of the week because we love going to church at Asbury and we love the Buffalo Bills. What we love most about Asbury is
the mission trips, what we do to help the community,
Miss Paula and Miss Holly,
Pretzel Sunday,
Christmas Eve.
Happy 200th anniversary!
Hi, I'm Ruth Finney, a member of Asbury Sanctuary Choir. My husband Mark and I began attending Asbury at Christmas 2007 and soon thereafter joined the choir, which was at the time directed by Roger Wilhelm. We participated in a wonderful trip to New York City, singing at St. John the Divine during Roger's last year. Sometimes it's hard to get to know members of the congregation when you're sitting up in the choir stalls, but through the years I've gained wonderful friendships by serving on the communications committee, participating in the weight loss group, and through the Bible Challenge. I've grown spiritually through these years as well, as both Susan Schaefer and Stephen have prompted me to really take a deep look at what and why I believe as I do. Thank you to everyone at Asbury for giving me a wonderful home and a wonderful family.
this church is such a beautiful place. It's like one big family in here. We all get along. It's like socializing on top of socializing. We come here, people, everybody get along. We talk about our problems sometimes amongst each other. And when we go home, we don't have to worry about going out anywhere, taking a chance to get infected or this or that. We all keep the same nice circle. And also like preparing the food, getting a good feedback when they say, oh, we enjoyed the meal this day or that day. Or if something that may not go over so good, they let us know, then we'll know next time not to do that.
We are Beverly and Bob Schumann and have been members of Asbury First for almost 40 years.
What makes Asbury so special to us?
Asbury to me is music. I have been singing in a choir all my life. It is also the many close friendships that I've made and the volunteer opportunities I am involved in. We raised our family here and the tradition continues with our granddaughter Emma.
For me, it is part of being a fellowship, part of a fellowship of people who are committed to making a difference in a challenging and changing world, as well as the worship services, sermons, and music that have inspired us weekly and throughout the years. Asbury First is our extended family.
We really appreciate how welcoming Asbury has been for both of us, for both Mark and I, and as a result of that, it really empowers us to minister to others, and that's very meaningful.
Yeah, Anne-Marie and I we've only been at Asbury for a couple of years, but we really do feel welcomed. We feel that you guys are family to us now.
Yeah.
And we enjoy the uplifting messages by all the pastors, and we even enjoy Stephen's sense of humor. So we miss seeing you guys. Hope we can get together soon, and we love you. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Don Sherman. Laura and I joined Asbury First in 1988 after moving into the area. Through the Doublers Sunday School class and other activities, we developed longtime friendships with folks in the church. Sunday was a special day for us, starting with Sunday school and then moving into the sanctuary with inspiring sermons, wonderful music, and great fellowship. We left the area in 2003, but kept up our relationship with the church. Laura passed away in 2016 after a long illness, and friends from Asbury Church provided us with support that was very valuable at the time. Asbury has been a blessing for us.
Asbury First is where I've grown up. It has always been a community anchor through my childhood to youth group, mission trips, and onward into my adult life. I've learned so much about religion and life, really what it means to be a person in community with others, from Bob and Susan and Margie, from Stephen, Jackie, Kathy, and Timothy, from all the youth leaders and all my parents' friends, all of my own friends that I've met at Asbury, and I'm incredibly thankful for Asbury in my life.
Hi, I'm Kathy Collier-Bryant. My family loved Asbury for many years. I've been lucky enough to work in children's ministry for over 35 years and loved every minute. I was fortunate enough to know so many families as they passed my desk on the way to their Sunday activities. As the years have passed, I've gotten to see generations of family pass that desk. And not only did I work alongside so many amazing people, I was lucky enough to help my dad high over East Ave in the steeple for electrical work. Asbury to me means love, caring, and families and friendships that have turned into family. I love you, and I love Asbury, and here's to another 200 years.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Kay.
And I'm Dave Kay. 22 years ago, we were looking for a new church home. Our oldest daughter had been invited to an Asbury youth function and really enjoyed it. After a while, we attended a worship service led by Bob Hill, and we were immediately hooked. Later, the Reverend Susan Schaefer married our 2 daughters and baptized our first 2 grandchildren.
Even though Asbury is a large church, we've been delighted to find the members and the staff among the friendliest we've experienced. We enjoy the many small group opportunities for education and fellowship, and we enjoy participating in outreach programs that give us a means to make a difference in our community and around the world.
We are grateful to be a part of the Asbury First family.
Hello, I'm Michelle Cooley. I'm the director here at the Asbury Dining and Caring Center. And we're very fortunate to remain open and be able to help all of our guests. We served 45 people today, and we're so happy that we're part of the Asbury First United Methodist Church. And happy 200th anniversary, Asbury.
Good morning. We're Gail and Bruce Waters from North Carolina. We joined your amazing live stream services in March at the suggestion of my sister, Meredith Pixley, one of your parishioners. We want to express our gratitude and thanks for making us part of your church and for serving as our touchstone at this difficult and challenging time. We send our love and our congratulations and very best wishes to Asbury on their 200th anniversary. Keep doing all the good that you are doing. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Ian, and whether you know me as the face behind the screen during the weekly Bicentennial Bible Challenge discussions, or as your former ministry intern, or hey, even if you just know me as that kid with the wild hair who broke the really big bell the week before Christmas, Asbury First has been and continues to be an invaluable part of who I am. Asbury First is by no means a perfect place, but I know that my life has been made more perfect by being a part of this community, and that no matter how far I travel from Rochester, Asbury First will always be my home church. Congrats on 200 years, everyone. Let's make the next 200 really count.
Hi, I'm Annette.
And I'm Jim.
And we're
the Farringtons. We've been members at Asbury First for over 20 years. It's a wonderful place that has allowed us to worship God by sharing our music.
Hello.
We are Rick
and Elizabeth Church. I came to Asbury in 1968 with my parents George and Esther Rogers.
I came to town out of college in 1984.
Our children Mary and John were raised in the church and spent many great times in youth activities.
Asbury's been a place for us to express our faith and support the mission of the church through our tithes and services.
Asbury is home. Asbury is love. This time during the COVID pandemic has been difficult. We miss the activities of Asbury, but mostly the people and the fellowship.
The pandemic has provided opportunities for us to change the way we do business, perhaps making us more effective messengers of Christ's love in the process.
We pray that Asbury continues to grow to be a place to seek God and a way to show God's love as we serve our city and the world. Do more good.
Asbury First is Christianity in action. Asbury First is believing in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. Asbury First is planting the seeds that say God's grace and God's love is available to you all the time, no matter who you are. Thank you, Asbury First, for planting those seeds. And happy anniversary.
I am the church, you are the church, yes, we're the church together. When we came to Asbury First for the first time 20 years ago, Melissa and I had no idea what was in store for our relationship or for our faith journey with God.
In that moment, we were warmly welcomed into the Asbury First community. We continue to be enveloped in the love and the support of the people of Asbury First.
We feel truly blessed to call Asbury First our church family.
Well, I used to come to, before the COVID-19, I would come to the church and I would speak with Jackie and Martha, and they have helped me out plenty of times with gift cards, food cards, directions on how to get a better place to live. Get my life on straight. It's been a wonderful, wonderful church, and I do attend church at times. But since COVID-19, I was unable to, attend church. But it's a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful church.
Hello, my name is John Foster. Asbury First was the church of my grandparents. It was the church of my father and mother and several aunts and uncles. Asbury First has been my church since childhood and is my son's church. For my family, Asbury First has been a place for spiritual growth, for fellowship with friends, for helping the less fortunate in the community, for singing in choirs and listening to music that raises the spirit. Asbury First is where we celebrate joyous occasions, like marriages, including my own, and where we have memorialized the passing of family members. In short, Asbury First has been a cornerstone of life with my family for 4 generations.
Hi everyone, I'm Jen Conroe.
And I'm Brian Conroe. When we first joined Asbury First 17 years ago, it was because of its amazing children's program and the fact that its beliefs and values matched our own.
It didn't take long before we felt a deep connection and that we belonged at Asbury.
The message, the ministries, the music, the members have created so many memories and have become such an important part of our lives.
It's so wonderful to be part of a faith community that serves our local community in so many ways, is so inclusive, and is the best guide of what we believe Christianity is meant to represent.
Happy 200th, Asbury.
Hello, I'm David Crawford. Anniversaries are special times to share memories and give thanks. I want to thank all the clergy who have served Asbury First for their guidance, support, friendship, and for challenging me on my spiritual journey. Also, a very special thank you to my church family who have traveled with me these past 25 years, especially those who I've served with on Spiritual Life and with the Labyrinth Stewards. My wish for Asbury First is that it continue to bless the Rochester community for another 200 years.
Hi, Asbury. We're the Marsilio family. I'm Carl.
Julie. Bennett. Poppy.
We want to wish Asbury happy 200 years birthday. And we want to tell you why we love Asbury.
We love Asbury because it's focused on God's love, that is front and center every day, and showing our love through our actions and in ministry. Happy birthday!
My name is Ann Johnson. I'm a musician and a former church organist. I was introduced to Asbury several years ago when I was singing with the Rochester Oratorio Society. We rehearsed at Asbury and gave concerts at Asbury. And it was at that time that I first heard Dwayne Prill play. Oh my. My husband, Tim Johnson, is a retired Presbyterian minister. At the time that I found Asbury, he was actively serving a church in Newark, New York, where we live. And I, of course, was a member of that church. But from time to time, I'd say to Tim, today I need a music fix, so I'm going to worship at Asbury. And my soul was always filled by Dwayne's music and the choral music. After Tim's retirement in 2004, I felt free to join Asbury's choir and ultimately join the church. So music was definitely the draw. But Asbury has become so much more to me than just the music. It's a place where my mind is inspired and stretched by superb preaching. It is a haven where I find a community of caring souls. Indeed, I have described Asbury as being a large city church that feels like a small town church. I am grateful that Tim and I have been embraced into the fellowship of Asbury. And yes, Dwayne's music continues to fill my heart and soul.
Hi, my name is Karen. I'm not a member of Asbury First. I'm a member of Atonement Lutheran Church, but our church would come here every couple months to help on Sundays. And then when this COVID thing came, I just started coming a couple times a week on my own. And mostly I serve coffee. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Martha Stock, and I'm a third-generation family member of Asbury First. I have so many wonderful memories of growing up in the church. Father-daughter banquets, mother-daughter fashion shows, potluck suppers, youth group, choir, confirmation class, getting married in the church, bringing my own daughter up as a fourth-generation family member, and a lifetime of the doublers class. The ministers, past and present. My memories can go on, but when people say to me, why do you drive a half hour to go to church when you have a Methodist church right down the road? My answer, Asbury First is my home.
Hi, we're the Brewbakers. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Jeff.
You may have seen me running around taking pictures of events in the last year or so. I also produce the visitor newsletter, the weekly bulletin, and now I send communications out to you virtually to keep us all connected.
We've only been in Rochester for a few years, but we found a family right away at Asbury. Asbury First is the kind of place that makes you want to be a better person and helps you to do that.
Definitely. We're really happy to contribute to the legacy of 200 years of this great community, and we look forward to another 200 years. Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary!
Good morning. I'm Lou Ann Washing, and I cannot begin to tell you what Asbury First Methodist Church means to me. Through all the happiest times of my life, and certainly through the most difficult, it has been a joy to be able to connect with and be able to go to church on Sunday morning, even if it is this way. Thank you, Asbury. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, everyone who gives us music, joy, faith, and the chance to feel uplifted in the Spirit of God. Thank you so much. We love you.
Hi, we're the Kemples. I'm Paula, and I've been a member of Asbury First for 47 years. And I know that because my son Chris is 45, and the members of Asbury First helped raise him.
And I'm Rick. I came along about 25 years ago through a connection with Margie Mason and Habitat for Humanity. I joined the choir, met Paula, and we were married by Bob Hill in our beautiful sanctuary. We love Asbury First.
And all the wonderful people and families we have come to know, and those we have yet to meet.
It's a beautiful community, and we hope it will last another 200 years.
Hi, we're Dave and Nancy Bank. Asbury First is a place that's warm and welcoming, safe and secure. We feel that all are unconditionally loved and celebrated and connected beyond the walls of this church.
Dave and I met through an Asbury First singles group, got married here, our kids grew up here. When our kids were in high school, being involved in UMYF as counselors was especially memorable, meaningful, and a lot of fun.
We embrace Asbury's mission and spirit of helping others, working towards social justice, that love is love and kindness is everything. Asbury is open to change and continues to evolve with care and compassion. The messages we receive challenge us to be better people and do right by this world every single day.
We're inspired by the brave sermons, enjoy the musical programs and activities, and are inspired by those who love and live passionately. If love is life, then Asbury feels like life to us.
My name is Reverend Dr. Timothy J. Johnson. I have been in attendance at Asbury First since 2002. That represents 8.5% of the church's 200 years. I came to Asbury First to heal from a very difficult church experience, with having no intention of joining. But when I got here and became a regular attendee, the net of fellowship, of grace and love was so wide and capacious that the church quickly became an affair of the heart. Coming to Asbury First, I found myself on familiar ground. I came from a high church tradition in the African American Baptist Church in Philadelphia. It was a tradition with great pipe organs, the classical music tradition in the choral literature, great preaching, ordered services, processionals, and recessionals. So I felt at home immediately at Asbury First in that sense. It has been wonderful to be a part of this church, to experience the singing of African American spirituals, which are part of my tradition, to have a place where I could use my gifts and have them appreciated, to have preaching that is totally relevant to today's situations in which we live, particularly the pandemic, Black Lives Matter, and the pandemic of racism that exists in our country today. As part of the 200 years of the Asbury First United Methodist Church, we find ourselves very much in the present, moving to the future. And so we are building for the future, and I'm trusting that we are good stewards of that which we've inherited over these 200 years, so that in the future, when others look back at our participation in Asbury First United Methodist Church, they will say that we have been good stewards of the legacy which we have left them.